guy called Tom Cohen from NBC came to me, but it was one of those strange coincidences where I felt like I had somewhat unfinished business because there was some parts of the story that Joe Wright, when he took my screenplay and made the movie from it, just for all sorts of reasons, personal taste, some practical stuff, he wasn't able to fully go into around Hannah's backstory, who she really is, the secret of her identity, which for me was always, in a way, the most exciting bit. The film is just completely wonderful and is so charismatic, and so I think he went with that journey, took a big fairy tale take on it, and there was just, in a way, a rather kind of blessing. He left a space for a treatment that's much better suited to television, I think, long form, more time with character. So what this has become is, I think, just a completely different kind of telling, and of course it goes way beyond the film in terms of narrative. The film really is only present in the first 2.5 episodes. Once you get beyond that, you're into new terrain. It's a political thriller, I think, the television series, in a way that perhaps the film isn't completely, and it's very much a coming-of-age story about this young woman who's been brought up in a forest, knows nothing of the real world, and in order to find out who she is, she has to head out into it. So she both encounters genuine thriller danger, if you like, but also goes on a very strong emotional journey.
Talk about reinventing the film.
He's making fun of me because I haven't seen it. I have seen not many things.
Films or TV?
Yeah. I live with 2 little tiny children, and he makes hideous fun of me because most things I haven't seen. So I have to come to him to catch me up. But actually, it was great because when I sat down with David Farr, he talked about the reason why to do the television extended version of this is that he felt creatively that the film had left something untold. He had always imagined it in a more kind of grounded and naturalistic storytelling style, and then the film, apparently, I've heard, it has kind of a fairy tale quality to it, and it's much more archetypal, and David wanted to go back and evolve it in this other way.
For me personally, I really liked the film, but my favorite part of it was the sort of father-daughter story, and that kind of wraps up after half an hour, 40 minutes into the film. So to have that being sort of a backbone of the story arc was, I thought that was a great idea, and it was such an original, strange little family drama that was like all interwoven in this sort of political sci-fi action together with a coming-of-age story. I just thought the way the story was created was just so interesting.
That is actually a really interesting question. I think for me, I found it was actually the most, this is going to sound slightly egoful, and this isn't my intention with it, but I found as an actor I had the most power than I had ever had before, because I was able to create an arc and pursue that idea fully, because every new director that came on, nobody knew Hanna like I knew Hanna, and that was something that I knew inside me. So any kind of direction that I took from them was obviously welcomed, and I love collaborating with people, but ultimately I felt like I had a power with Hanna, and that was really, really empowering. And Sarah Edina, who directed the first 2 episodes, I really felt like she established an aesthetic and a kind of conceptual drive that kind of carried the rest of the series, and so I was always WhatsApping her even after she finished the first 2 episodes, asking her questions about Hanna's character and her motives and stuff, and she was of great support to me.
I feel the writing should lead in TV in the way that direction leads in film. I think that's really important because of the nature of the long-form storytelling, the fact you have to have someone who's got that over a big arc. But then when it comes to the actual, the shoots, and I just think directors and actors are fantastically talented people, and I really enjoy consulting right up to the read-through, right up to the point where you kind of go, you're changing lines, if we did making little changes, making shifts, pointing, helping out. But then, for me, the director should lead, even if they are only doing 2 episodes. I think directors are smart people, they're really, really smart people. And someone like Sarah who led it was a great example, really, and brought so much that was from her background, her past. She loves the countryside. She's very poetic about landscape. So all that is something that you get suddenly if they don't feel there's someone gazing over their shoulder the whole time.
lot of these new places like Amazon and Netflix, they have so many different productions going on, so they don't have enough executives to fuck it up. So it's like you kind of get to do what you want because there's so much in production. So no, I mean you definitely need executives too. I'm not saying that. Calm down. But I think that combined with the audience is becoming so much smarter and expecting complicated, nuanced storytelling, I think a lot of the fear is gone, and people are generally braver and for something to break through now, it just takes so much more. It takes something special. So I think the old paradigm of just kind of doing something that will work, it won't rock the boat, the ad buyers won't get upset, that's not really working anymore. So I think anyone that is wanting to try something new, something original that has an edge, I think that is getting more and more encouraged.